Hey guys, Devlin Hessler's here, competitive bodybuilder, coach, and personal trainer over here at Gym in the North. This is my intro to bodybuilding. Hey guys, first video is push day. So today, the first exercise we're starting with is seated lateral raise. What I like about the seated lateral raise is being that you are seated, you are significantly more stable, which allows you to utilize less momentum to get the weights up. This is going to let you hit your delts far better, and you're gonna get much more growth. While performing this exercise, you wanna make sure that you're not lifting your arms directly at your sides. You wanna go to be like a 10 to 15 degree angle in front of you to make sure that you're hitting that lateral head with a minimal chance of upper trap engagement. Second exercise I got for you today is the Smith machine incline bench press. The reason I like hitting upper chest on the Smith machine instead of a standard bench press is it takes a lot of the stability out of it, being that the bar is on a fixed track. With this, you're gonna set your bench up to about a 45 degree angle or so. As the bar comes down, you wanna make sure that your wrists are directly stacked over top of your elbows. And as you can see here, I'm only performing about 3/4 reps. When it comes to bodybuilding, you don't need to lock out every rep. That isn't what's important. We're trying to build muscle, not just lift weights. And the best way to do that is to keep tension on the muscle the entire time. With doing the incline bench press, this is going to bias your upper fibers in your chest. Now, this isn't only upper chest, as your entire pec is going to be engaged as well, and you're gonna be utilizing all of this, but this will bias some of the top fibers to allow you to grow that depth in the top of your chest. Third exercise I have for you guys today, we're gonna be doing the Arsenal seated overhead press. Now, one of the issues that I find with this exercise on this machine is when you are sitting with your back flat up against the back pad, you end up pushing up and slightly backwards, which is very uncomfortable and not the way that your body is specifically designed to do this. It's also very hard to make sure that your wrists are stacked underneath your elbows as well. And if you are not stacked with the joints properly, you're gonna be adding a lot of extra torque on rather the inside or the outside of your elbows, and that can lead over a long term to injury. So what I like to do with this overhead press on the Arsenal machine is I actually scooch my hips up to the front of the seat and I lean back into the back of the pad, and then I scoop my elbows underneath my wrists so that I'm pushing up and back at an appropriate angle that is comfortable and anatomical for my body. With these, just like with the Smith machine incline press, you can see that I'm only performing about half, 3/4 reps. Because again, we're not here to lift weights. Reps don't matter in that sense. What matters is that we build muscle. Now, for our fourth exercise, we're gonna be trying to bias our lower chest with a high to low cable fly. What I like a lot about the cable fly is that you can adjust the height of the cable boom so that it fits your body perfectly. For me, what I like to do is I set the boom just slightly above my shoulder height for the starting position, and then I make sure I finish down low, closer around my belly button. With this, to make sure that I'm hitting my lower chest, I have to ensure that my shoulders are actually rotated up and my elbows are up high, so that as I press down, all my joints are properly aligned so that I don't have all that extra torque on my elbows or my other joints. Because again, all that added torque is gonna lead to injuries in the long run, and if you're trying to build muscle, that's the last thing that you wanna do. Now, to add one of the final touches into evening out your push workout, we are going to be doing a simple cable tricep kickback. Why I like this exercise versus the dumbbell is you have relative consistent resistance throughout the entire movement on the cable instead of a dumbbell. When you do this exercise with a dumbbell, the majority of the resistance is when you're at the top of the rep, when that is actually when you're at your weakest, and so therefore you're not gonna get the full output with a dumbbell. So with this cable, as you can see here, I do have my elbow pinned in one spot. What that allows me to do is that allows me to put the entire tension on that exact muscle group that I'm trying to hit. As you can see, I'm not rolling my arm back and forth in this exercise. Reason being is when you are doing that, you're doing that more so for power, but the problem is when you're trying to train for power in those types of movements, you're not putting all of the tension on the desired muscle at hand. And in bodybuilding, that's all we're trying to do, is we're trying to be as efficient as possible and optimize that muscle growth in that muscle group. So for the sixth and final exercise of today's push day, we're actually gonna finish it off with a little bit of core. And so what you see here is I'm doing the supported leg lifts. As I perform these reps, as you can see, my hips are actually coming off the back pad and that means that I'm rolling my pelvis forward, utilizing my lower abs. What a lot of people don't realize is that your lower abs, their function is not specifically to raise your legs up. Your hip flexors are. And so most people, when they perform this type of exercise, all they're focusing on is lifting their legs up, and that's where you'll actually get a lot of pain in your hip flexors because you're not really using your abdomen. In order to use your lower abs, you must find a way to be able to thrust forward and allow that pelvis to lift up as well. Okay, that was my push day in the introduction to bodybuilding. Catch me in the next video for pull day.